Good afternoon to all of you. The topic which has been given by the organizer, this advancement in millet processing technology. Myself, Dr. Chandan Solanki, I am a scientist in discipline of agriculture process engineering at ICAR Central Institute of Post Harvest Engineering and Technology, Ludhiana, which is a premier institute under the Indian Council of Agriculture Research. Basically, at Central Institute of Post Harvest Engineering and Technology, our prime motive is to design machines and develop further value added products in terms of technology. So, we are dealing two terms. Post harvest engineering and technology. A number of talks has been talked on this millet, what is the millet, and how we can convert to the products. But I will let you know the engineering and technological aspects. So, as already you know, the millets is a kind of miracle grain because its shape is very low and the nutrients is very high. And nowadays, the government of India has already declared its name Shri Anna and recently passed here in 2023. We also know we also talk this mool anaj, mota anaj, or we can say the nutri cereals. It is a kind of nutri dense cereal grains. So the specialty of this grain is basically low glycemic index and high fiber content. That's why we have to eat these millets in our diet. And if we talk about this nutrient content, and this is the comparative analysis of this grain with comparison to rice, or we can say the paddy. If we see this protein, as far as protein or fat, or we can say the dietary fiber and mineral is concerned, millets are very rich in all these four components. So we can take the vitamins and also the calcium and minerals also. So it is a very kind of nutritive grains with this comparison. And also, you know, the millets are very beneficial for our health, for reducing all kinds of lifestyle diseases based on its high nutrient. Already the IMR people has told about the production wise, so I will not go in details that India is the largest producer country in the world. And if we see the state-wise comparison, definitely the Rajasthan is the major producing state in terms of bajra. And if we see the major millet production estimates, the Zwar has its share about 26% and bajra it's 62%. Means the major millets, whatever we are calling them, this Jowar, bajra, and ragi, these are called the major millets in terms of production. And other than these three, all are minor millets. We can say the small millets. Now, based on the category, basically millets are categorized into number of bases. So first one is the size, either major or minor, based on the processing, how we can process the grains, or based on the husk present and production. So, as you already know, the size, whatever the measure, and we can say the mota anaj called as major millets, which is this jowar and bajra, and remaining this all two these minor millets, whatever this kutki, ragi, and proso, chena, kangni, hari kangni, kodra, which are called in Hindi in minor millets. And based on the processing, basically, as far as engineering point of concern, basically millets are categorized into two categories, either easy to dehull or difficult to dehull. In easy to dehull means whatever the millet grains are difficult for dehulling is called the difficult to dehull, and easy for dehulling means easy to dehull. Under this easy to dehulling, this little foxtail proso comes, and under difficult to dehulling millets means kodo, barnyard, and brown top. We can say in terms of recovery as well, if we see the easy to dehaling, the recovery we got maximum is up to 65% only. And sorry, in easy to dehal, we got the recovery maximum 75%. But in case of difficult to dehaling, we are getting maximum theoretical recovery is up to only 65%. So based on recovery percentage, we may categorize into easy and difficult. And based on husk present, basically there are two types of grain, either naked, there is no husk at all in the outer layer, like sorghum, pearl millet, and finger millet, and remaining all this they are called husked millet, in that husk is there. Now, the if we see the constituents, basically millets are uh, compromised, or we can say the constituent by the husk. After that, the bran, aluron layer, endosperm, and germ is there. These are the main major parts of the grains. And if we see the structural analysis, this outer part, whatever we are seeing, this outer part, we can say this pericarp is rich in calcium and iron. In case of this pearl millet, as already the chief guest of this webinar, Dr. Tara Satyavati madam has told that pearl millet has very short storage life due to its high fat content. So the millet grain has pericarp, this bran layer up to 8% by weight, and this germ is 17%, and the remaining is the endosperm, which is 75%. And whatever the pericarp is there, up to 80 to 90% oil is there in that pericarp only. Now the this post harvest processing of millets is there. So basically this is the flow chart of this processing of millets. This first stage is cleaning, then grading, then destoning, dehulling, polishing. Then we may reduce size reduction for flour production, or may can say the grits production. Then after all this, storage. So basically, this post-harvest processing is categorized into either primary processing or secondary processing. Basically, primary processing is nothing but we convert the raw material into the finished grain at farmer's level, or we can say the farm level. Whatever this cleaning, sorting, grading, drying, dehulling, polishing, size reduction, whatever these are kinds of unit operation is being done at the farm, which is called under the primary post-harvest processing. And in secondary processing, the whatever finished grain we got during the primary processing, we convert into the finished product. That's why it's called secondary processing. Means we develop the products like extrusion, puffing, milling, baking, flaking. All kinds of unit operation comes under this secondary processing. So in primary processing, basically first unit operation is cleaning. First of all, we have to take cleaner. Cleaning means we have to remove all kinds of dust, dirt, debris, all kinds of any impurities or immatured particles. So a number of cleaners and graders are available in India as far as our capacity or efficiency is concerned. You may got this cleaner and grader. We have to select the sieve size as per our grain requirement. Then the second process is comes under this destoner. Basically, destoner is used for removing the stone-like particles, or we can say the heavier particle. These all kinds of machines are in this destoner at different capacities and different machines. Now, this is all different types of and different capacities cleaner come greater machines, which is already available in India. We may select anyone based on our grain. Suppose we have to process kodo, then definitely we have to select appropriate sieve size based on our grain size. Now the Victor, I am just highlighting that right now the only 3, 4, 5 firms are only the leading manufacturers for millet processing machines. This Vector, Bhavani, Perfura, and KPMC. These 3, 4 manufacturers are already supplying the machines, millet processing machines. So this is a kind of Victor made graders and destoner based on their capacity and usage. They cost around 40,000 to 50,000 or up to 1 lakh is based on the capacity. This AVM as well, D-Stoner, Perfura make. So these 3, 4 manufacturers is only supplying the millet processing machines as far as the capacity and usage is concerned. Now this is the D-Stoner. This specific gravity separator, basically this is a kind of machine which can be used to separate the dehulled from the undehulled and immatured, or we can say the brokens. Suppose during the processing we are getting brokens, dehulled material and undehulled material. This machine is used for separating all kinds of fractions in single machine. So then after this destoner comes, the main operation comes under this dehulling. Basically, dehulling is a very cumbersome and very labor intensive process. Right now, only two kinds of principles are used, either abrasion or centrifugal, only in India. In abrasion, only mill type, whatever we can say the atta chakki, or we can see the emery roll type, which is used for the paddy processing. So only these two machines are used under this abrasion principle. And for centrifugal, this Dhan Foundation and Tamil Nadu Agriculture University, they have already developed one kind of centrifugal dehuller for processing of difficult to dehull or either easy to dehull millets. So this picture shows the abrasion type machines and centrifugal machines. Now this another different types of dehulling machines developed by the other agriculture universities and this leading manufacturers, which is a kind of single stage, double stage. These all four machines are of single stage machines. Basically, this single stage centrifugal dehuller is used for the processing of easy to dehull millets. Means like little millet, proso millet, foxtail millet. And if we are using this double stage, you are seeing that this double this rotating shaft is there. So these double stage dehullers is used for the difficult to dehull millets, means kodo, barnyard or brown top. We can get efficient dehulling from this kind of machines only. So these machines are supplied this AVM engineering, which is also leading manufacturers in southern part of country. So this is again ICAR CIE multi millet dehellers they have developed, and is very good machine for the dehulling of all kinds of easy and difficult kind of dehulling of millets. Now this is a kind of double chamber centrifugal dehuller, which is basically used for the either easy or difficult kind of, means little foxtail proso as well as kodo, brown top and barnyard. So this is another this Victor type machine. This is single stage used for the easy to dehull millets. This is another AVM and single machine. This is another Victor machine, double stage. Now, after dehulling, suppose we have removed the dehull, means is the outer part, then we have to polish in terms of this sorghum and this pearl millet and finger millet. Basically, they don't have any outer layer, so we use these polish machines for surface shining. So this is different kinds of polishing machines available or developed already. A number of machines has been developed by the research organizers, and they are efficient for polishing purpose. But in that machine we may not dehull the materials efficiently. If we use this kind of polisher machine for dehulling purpose, definitely the losses will be more. We at ICR CIPHET has already developed a new kind of machine, which is a polisher. Basically, polisher is a kind of abrasion machine, but here we have developed one kind of impact machine, kind of centrifugal machine. Its capacity is 500 kg and is operated by 7.5 HP motors, and its efficiency is higher side as compared to whatever available machines and polishers are there. So this machine has the higher efficiency in terms of polishing. Now, after polishing, the another machines which use this flour mill, yeah, simple we can say the atta chakki, for preparing the flours or grits for further usage of the product development. So this is the upper side is the flour mill, and this lower side is the hammer mill. Hammer mill, which is generally used for the grits making, dalia, suji, like material. We use generally hammer mill. Here we at already we have developed this last year we have established one kind of millet processing center at CIPHET Ludhiana. Here we have placed all kinds of machine from cleaning to grading, destoning, polishing, dehulling, pulverizing, and this grit making. All kinds of machines we have in one roof, so that any budding entrepreneurs can come here. We may train them. They can process in under the guidance of our R&D team, so they can make the efficient dehulling in their market. So the purpose of this millet processing center is to aware and to give the know-how how we may process the millets. So this is the some glimpses of the our millet processing center at CIPHET Ludhiana. This is the kind of leaflet which already available in the website of CIPHET. Now, basically, if we see the status of millet dehulling, basically, I already told that this burr mill and this centrifugal type and rubber roll is used. for dehulling. And what we have done here, that rubber roll sheller is the most beneficial machine in terms of in terms of millet dehulling. And if you see the yield, basically yield is high as compared to another kind of machines, and losses is very low. So our main target is to reduce losses and to enhance the recovery so that we may get the more advantage. So best for getting this, we have developed another one kind of pre-processing machine which we may use. This is a kind of add-on machine and used for the prior for dehulling. The target for this is the machine. The purpose of this machine is to develop scratches. Suppose we have developed scratches on its hull, means we can use any kind of dehulling machines for improving our efficiency. So the purpose is to maximize the efficiency and reducing the losses. So we have developed two types of machines, either in non-thermal and thermal. In non-thermal or mechanical system, we have developed one machine which develops scratches so that we may get the higher recovery and minimum losses. So you may see from this picture that this is a kind of pre-processed millet and raw millet. Already you have developed this is already scratches is developed on the hull. And if this kind of raw material is produced and is dehulled from any machine, you will get the enhanced recovery, or may say the enhanced efficiency of the machine. This is another kind of free processing system, kind of this thermal based. We used infrared technology for treating the grains so that we may get the higher recovery and reducing the losses. So we have already compared these three machines, mechanical, infrared, and with control. What we are getting, that we are getting 93% maximum efficiency. And if we see the recovery is up to 62%, means how much we are getting out of the 100 kg raw material. So if we process during this process, definitely we are getting 62 kg dehulled material from the 100 kg raw material, means we are getting 62% recovery, and losses is very low, this up to 4% only. So during with this kind of processing with the pre-processing system, we are getting 62% recovery and with minimum 4 to 5% losses. Now, the secondary processing machines is concerned, we have this kind of extrusion machines, pasta machines for preparing any kind of kurkure like or tele mene like products or pasta. We may use either ready to eat or ready to cook. This is a kind of grain roaster for roasting the grains. This is a kind of flaking for poha making machine. Now this is a food blender which is generally used to mixing the number of kind or different kind of flours or grits for proper mixing. Then this form fill seal packaging machines for any desired capacity and load. This is a kind of roti machine which may be used during the chapati making. This is biscuit or badi making. This is another kind of grain roaster and age runner for processing of the poha and the roasting grains. Now the diversification. So under this primary processing, first milling is been concerned. During the milling, either we may produce flour or grits or semolina rava suji. Further, if we use this cold extrusion, basically this cold extrusion means pasta. Whatever the ready to cook products are there, this is comes under the cold extrusion. And under this hot extrusion, whatever the ready to eat products are there, this comes under this hot extrusion. Then we may prepare these puff like products, either this popcorn type, then flaking poha type, this baking, either we may produce this bread, biscuit, cookies, muffins. We may produce this instant type of mixes. Further we may go further go on this kind of beverages, then express food. Means it is a kind of diversification we may go with the millets. These already commercial products available in southern part of country, but in northern part there is no such like this entrepreneur is there for producing kind of material, or we can say the products. These laddu, these biscuits, a number of products. This is from southern part of the country. This finger millet based a number of products is there. So for preparing all kinds of products we have to use machines, and for processing of this millets definitely we use this engineering and technological concern. So this millet vending machine is already installed at Krashi Bhavan. This is a kind of ATM machine. Whatever you want, you have to just press that from the this display, you will get the products. Now if you see the worldwide machinery, basically this born is the very famous and very leading fabricator for this kind of machines, for grain cleaner, this grader. You see our Indian machines are open, and these machines are very close, means we can process the material in hygienic condition. This is a kind of separator for separating all kinds of brokens, or we may see the dehulled from the undehulled. This is a complete pilot plant from cleaning to final products. So, out of India, the processing manufacturers use the complete hygienic practices. But in our Indian situation, definitely we have marginal farmers, so we require very less capacity machines, very small machines for producing on farm processing. This is a kind of plant shifter for just we can separate the flowers from the glades, and this is color shorter. Color shorter basically short the grains based on its color. Whatever the black color is there, which can be removed from the white color. Now, this is the list of the manufacturers. You may contact these manufacturers for any kind of processing machine from cleaning to grading. I am not just recommending, I am just highlighting that this all are the fabricators, machine manufacturers. You may contact these manufacturers for machine purchasing. This is another kind of manufacturers for especially for pearl millet processing. This is the list, complete list. Thank you. With this, I thank the organizers for giving me such opportunity to give my presentation on the budding entrepreneurs or whatever the attendees are there. Thank you.